before that, small intro about Dr. Rajan Anand. He is a very, we would say that he is one of the most loved seniors of our society. He is currently practicing at Purnia. He is ex-chairman scientific committee of Bihar of Musical Society, managing committee member, and a very good orator, excellent teacher, and a very keen observer. And he has just passion of learning everything, each and everything, and he is very much critically analyzing anything, whatever thing you give him, he will put a two three important liners. So that's the quality of Dr. Rajan Anand sir. So Dr. Rajan Anand, please start your presentation.
Thank you, Subhash. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Sorry for the glitch in my Zoom. My topic is cataract surgery with a repaired open globe injury. And I don't have any financial interest. 65 to 80% of the cases of traumatic cataracts are due to open globe injury. It is very common in children and young adults, and the injuries are mostly on the cornea, limbus, or the sclera. It may be associated with anterior segment injuries and with posterior segment injuries as well. Timing of cataract is important. We generally prefer to operate at a second stage, 4 to 6 weeks after the repair. The reason being, the surgery is easier, the cornea will be clearer, tissue will be less reactive, IOL calculations will be more accurate, and a better chance of in-the-bag placement of the lens. However, a study in Tehran on 30 cases found there was no difference in the BCVA with primary or secondary cataract extraction after injury. Pre-operative workup, we have to document since it's a case of injury. Visual prognosis should be very clearly explained because these are not going to have very good vision maybe. The extent of globe injury prior to the management of lenticular injuries must be assessed. The presence of lens dislocation, capsular tears, so whatever damage is on the lens, that has to be assessed. To rule out intraocular foreign body, X-ray, CT, USG, whatever is needed, and determine the type of cataract, that is cortical, nuclear, capsular, and the extent, focal or total, of the lens opacity. We also have to check for the ocular inflammation, iritis, posterior segment trauma, or lens-induced inflammation. And because of it, there may be a IOP, which has to be tackled first because of PAS, pupillary block, or angle recession. Biometry and IOL selection. The biometry in a scarred cornea is not easy, and we may not get a good biometry. So in that case, the refraction, A-scan, and keratometric reading of the contralateral eye may be helpful. An acrylic single-piece foldable in the bag lens should be preferred. However, when sulcus fixation is desired, a 3-piece acrylic IOL or a single-piece PMMA should be used. AC lens may or may not in elderly with good iris support when there is no evidence of glaucoma and the AC is free of vitreous. Scleral fixation IOL if the surgeon is competent and the tissue allows, but no AC IOLs in children. Capsular management. Traumatic cataracts may have an intact capsule or may have a capsular rupture. So if there is an intact capsule, we do a CCC. If ruptured, cut away the tags and fashion an opening as close to a CCC that you can form. Remember, old capsular openings have fibrosed margins. If there is a 30 to 90 degree of zonular dialysis, we use a CTR. If more, we can try the other options of capsule fixation, that is Sionis ring, segments, or glued hooks. If there is an extensive subluxation, an ICC with secondary IOL should be preferred. And if there is vitreous in the AC, well, we have to do a proper vitrectomy before that. These are few pictures of traumatic cataract with torn capsule. There's a flocculent lens matter on the left picture. And in the right picture, the capsular margins of the tear are fibrosed, as you can see. This is a gross subluxation, and I don't think it will be possible to reposition it. Nucleus management. These cataracts usually have soft lens matter and can be aspirated by an IA or a Synco. If formed nucleus is present in adults, we should do a slow, safe phaco procedure. Don't hurry because the tissues are damaged. You don't know where the damage is extending. If corneal opacity is hampering view or the nucleus is hard, we may consider SICS. And if the corneal scarring is gross, we may think of a triple procedure. This is a small video clip. You can see a capsular tear. This is a young patient, and a simple irrigation aspiration is possible to remove all the cataractous material. The capsular opening is fibrosed. It is already open because of the trauma. And by aspiration, we can remove. There are no vitreous tags. And a single piece lens can be implanted in the back. This is a surgery done by Dr. Subhash. Now, another case, here you can see there is some iris trauma. There's posterior synechia. There is a tear maybe, and you don't know about those venules. So now trying to make a rhexis opening, first with the needle, then with an MVR blade, and finally with a forceps, trying to make an opening as close to a CCC as possible. And then again aspiration, because this is a soft lens matter, and try to avoid the area where the damage is, because again you do not know how much of damage is there, whether vitreous is there or not, whether there is a rent, whether the venules are intact. So that little bit of scar on the capsule and the iris may be left. And in this case, a 3-piece acrylic lens is being implanted. Prognostic factors. The initial vision is a guide as to how much vision will the patient regain after surgery. Thankfully, open globe have better post-op vision than closed globe injuries. The location of the wound will determine how the vision will be, and there is an ocular trauma score. This gives a good predictability of the post-operative vision, which basically means the more it is damaged, the less will the vision be. Follow-up is important again, and a long-term follow-up is needed because these are usually younger patients. There's a risk of infection which we have to keep in mind. Glaucoma may develop, amblyopia may develop, TCO is common. There may be posterior segment problems, and for us, the biggest issue is the medical legal problem. So we have to follow it for those issues. So to summarize, a traumatic cataract after an open globe injury can have a variety of presentation. Decision making is important. Don't hurry. Plan how to do, what to do. Do have backup plans. Management of traumatic cataract is challenging. The outcome depends on collateral injuries, but still, usual vision can be restored. Thank you, Dr. Subhash, for providing the pictures and videos and material for this talk, and Dr. Nazneen, who did the literature search and provided me with some study material. Thank you all for your hearing.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan sir, for excellent presentation and excellent overview on managing these cases. Pediatric, generally these are pediatric patients managing traumatic cases who have undergone some kind of surgery before and they develop cataract. How to choose the IOL, what to do, when to operate. There has been a debate on doing sequential surgery and the same stage or same sitting surgery. Dr. Rajan, there is always a debate of sequential surgery and doing surgery same sitting or same stage. So, what is your opinion? But some people will say that why to subject the patient for 2 surgeries? Some would say that it's better to, like you have highlighted so many points that if you delay the surgery, you are able to properly calculate, you decrease the inflammation and everything. So, what is the general opinion in and how do you go about that?
See, if you ask me, at my age, I am a defensive surgeon, and I would like to wait.
Yeah.
But I know people who have advocated doing a phaco through the injury wound, through the corneal or the limbal wound, at the time of repair itself. I mean, there are aggressive surgeons like that also. But as I said, you take your call. You decide what is the best in your hands for the patient. And generally, we should wait for the inflammation to subside, for the eye to settle down, and then see how much of damage is there and plan accordingly.
Any input from Dr. Vibhuti, HOD, RIO?
I think it's always safe to wait a bit till fibrosis of the capsule has occurred, because we don't know during the initial injury what extent of injury has occurred to the anterior capsule as well as the posterior capsule, and the situation arising out of those complications. So it's always safe. Having said that, if we are sure that posterior capsule is intact, then maybe we can move ahead with a surgery if it is a very clean cut corneal open globe injury.
Thank you. So next presentation is by.
I want to get information.
Yeah.
In cases of corneal perforation with cataract, the capsular integrity has been breached, especially interior capsule, and cortical material in the AC. Better to go in a primary surgery. If cortic capsular integrity, secondary surgery.
So there are two situations. One is when there is flocculent lens material in the anterior chamber, and
Yes.
if you leave it, it is going to cause inflammation and glaucoma also. So in those situations, definitely one should try to do as a primary repair. But if there is just minimal
Even fibrosis
injury,
of the anterior capsule,
yeah.
even fibrosis of the anterior capsule, it will be difficult to perform surgery. At the primary surgery, you will better.
Moreover, the one
this system.
proponent of this theory is that since most of these are babies or children, so you can prevent amblyopia to some extent if you
Yeah.
don't delay the surgery. So